Hello, y'all. This is Fenris, and we're going to have a little history lesson today. I'm here with my buddy, fucking Otis. Otis, say something.
How are you, everyone?
Hell yeah, we got Mike effing McGowan producing this bitch.
Hi there.
What's the name of your studio?
This is the dorm room with the hot mic with Mike F. and McGowan.
It's the dorm room and the hot mic with Mike effing McGowan. Where can you find the hot mic?
Spotify, fucking Pandora, Apple, all those fucking ass clownery sites.
Hell fucking yeah. So today we're doing a history lesson. I tricked these guys. I told them it's about the War of 1812. It is about the War of 1812, but it's primarily about Dolly Madison's fat ass.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
Tasteful.
so excited.
Yeah, this is
I am fucking
Fun.
I am semi-eyed right now.
this is the only thing I wanted to talk about. I was like, shit, I have to talk about the War of 1812 so they get why we're talking about Dolly Madison's ass.
Right.
So anyway, War of fucking 1812. These British pieces of shit. They're in war with fucking
Yeah,
France.
tell me what the war is.
Yeah,
I'm not
no,
well.
no.
I'm not well schooled.
Okay, so they've been in war with France since 1793.
Okay.
Since the fucking Louis got his head chopped off.
So this is a Europe war.
Yes. No. The War of 1812 is not, but they've been in war with fucking
Britain and France?
Britain, France. Everybody's been fighting France for like 20 years.
Because they're dicks.
Well, because they killed their king, then Napoleon took over and they hated him. That's neither here nor there. So basically, the British are jacking our ships, the American ships, and they're stealing our sailors,
Those bastards.
claiming that they were British deserters. They don't have names. They're just like, you sound British. We're stealing you. We're going to force you to work in our navy. They steal like 6,000 fucking boys.
Okay.
So we're getting pissed off at this shit.
Okay.
And so basically we're sending these messages back and forth across the Atlantic. We're like, because England doesn't want war with us. They're busy with Napoleon.
Okay.
So basically we're like, you better stop this shit, blah, blah, blah. We vote to go to war. It was very close. And fucking James Madison, first president to declare war. Also very
five. What was he? The fifth president?
fifth? I don't remember.
Fourth or fifth-ish?
Yeah, he's in that area.
Or wait, who was first, Madison or Monroe?
Monroe was actually his Secretary of War during this, so he's after.
All right, so then Madison's fourth.
Yes, there you go.
Look at that, me coming in with a big.
There was a couple of Adams
there's-
before then, right? It was a couple of Adams
No,
before then?
Quincy Adams was six.
Oh,
Yeah.
the other Adams.
The other
Don
Adams was
two.
second. Yeah.
He was the first.
I knew that
one termer.
Okay.
So anyway, they're stealing our soldiers. We're getting pissed off. They basically are like, okay, we're going to stop. They send this message to us. At the same time, we declare war. And these boats just pass each other. England gets this shit, and they're pissed like, fuck them. They want war. We're going to give them war. So a whole bunch of shit's happening. They're being homies with the Indians. They're like, yeah, just to fuck with us. Those bastards.
Solid, though.
Yeah.
They know how to fight the Indians.
We're basically trying to invade Canada and steal their shit. It just goes back and forth for a few years.
Okay.
Whatever happened to good old colonization?
Yeah, but so basically, like, we'd fight for like 6 months, and then like the British Navy would go chill in Bermuda over the winter, and then they'd come back and just F us up. So 1813, they basically come around, they're just wrecking like all the port towns, just being British dickheads. Okay, so also the Americans, like, we're just robbing all their ships. We hired pirates. Like, we deputized fucking these boats. They're like, if you see any British ship, you have our permission to just jack their shit, and it's all yours.
That's what we do now with the cartels.
I mean, hey, tomato.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, we're getting. This is where we're getting. We're in 1814, summertime.
Was it a hot one?
It was a hot. It was actually very hot.
How are the Phils doing that year?
Last place. Okay, so there's this British general. He's one we got to talk about. His name's fucking, I forget his first name, but his last name is, he's Admiral Cockburn. And that's how it's written, Cockburn. Hell yeah. So he's just going around like the Chesapeake Bay. He's fucking up every goddamn little town that's there. He's a fucking savage.
Raping and pillaging?
No raping, because they were still British, and they're
Mostly
like,
pillaging. Mostly pillaging.
Nothing wrong
not-
with a pillage.
There's nothing wrong with
Love
a good pillage.
No, you got to pillage.
Yeah, and so basically we don't have an army at this point, because the whole thing was, a standing army will lead to tyranny. And then fucking James Madison declared war without an army. So there's like literally like 6,000 just British soldiers just going around fucking us up. I was like, we have 7 million people in our country, These fucking British pricks.
They're organized.
I know.
They had their shit together.
Because militias are good if like, someone's breaking into our town, let's go grab our bats. But they're not good at like, hey guys, go take Canada for us.
Yeah.
Not
They're good
smart.
at like getting into Frankenstein. Frankenstein with like torches, good.
Yeah, so James Madison, kind of a fucking idiot. He's also the shortest president ever.
How tall?
I think he was like 5'4".
Wow.
He was a little
He should
midge.
never be president at 5'4".
Yeah.
Wow.
That's fucked up.
What was his name? Jim Kelly?
Shout out to Jim Kelly's hot girlfriend. Fuck him though. Okay.
All right.
So anyway, Cockburn, he's just fucking up all these towns.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna talk about this. One of our boys. His name was fucking Joshua Barney. He went to fucking Congress or whatever. He says, "Hey, give me money. I want to create these boats, these flotilla boats. They're super small. They have one can on the end. They have oars, but they're because it's a lot of shallow waters. Like it's like we can move quick. We can turn on a dime, and we can fuck up these big boats. So they're just going around for like a year, just fucking his shit up.
Flotilla style.
Hell fucking yeah. And Barney, he actually was I think he was he was real young, early 20s in the Revolutionary War, and he was the youngest fucking like Navy captain in the Revolutionary War. Then he went to France for a bit. So he hates the fucking British. He's on against the British the whole time. He gets to fucking meet Marie Antoinette before her head goes choppy.
Solid piece of ass, I hear.
Yeah, he comes back. And then, like, so he's just like farming. He's chilling. He's like, look, I've had my adventures. I've had my fun. I just want to fucking farm. Until he hears the British are like just right
Every
over.
guy who says that's full of shit.
Yeah, no, but he's
No,
like,
they're lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's like, no, the British are here. He's like, so I'm going to do this. So he builds this dope flotilla shit, and he's going around and he's fucking up the British. Okay, let me
As
see.
one does.
As one fucking does, and he's kind of the man. Let me see what else I wrote about
And
him.
it's pillaging still. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
there's
the
a lot
pillaging.
of pillaging. I feel like we have a bond on the pillaging.
Yeah,
like we were both
great.
huge pillagers.
There's a Seinfeld thing where they go, you pillage
Yeah.
and plunder.
So-
Elaine was really turned on.
Okay, so we're summer of 1814.
All right.
I think August. Who
hot
gives a
one.
fuck?
Yeah,
Don't
the hot
fact check.
Anything.
So the British land their troops. Are like, okay, we're gonna land on this thing, and they're expecting all this resistance. Like nobody's there. So they're just going around. They're taking these fucking towns over. They're not. They're being respectful to the people that are just like, but they're like, hey, you should give us food and let us sleep here. And
We won't kill
yeah,
you?
we're kind of pussies then.
Okay.
It's you can't get away with that in fucking Baltimore now, but back then.
Not. No doubt. So it's the hot 1814
Yeah,
summer.
so
we like to call it the
have these
steamer of 1814.
They have these troops everywhere. Fucking Madison has no clue what's going on, so he's like, "Oh, he's just moving troops all over the place." These idiot militiamen. So like they even have one thing where they're headed up this fucking road and there's a fork. So like, oh, we're gonna go to
There
Washington.
was forks and roads.
Yeah,
back
so
then?
they start marching up. They see like towards DC, and they see a scout sees them, and then they speed off. So they double back, and then they just go up another route, and then just fuck up this other town.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna get to the Battle of Bladensburg.
Okay.
That's where they go. It's
This is
right
the first
outside of
big
Washington
battle.
D.C. There's lots of battles in the world. This is just the shit I'm talking
This
about.
is the one you're interested in.
Yes.
You love. Yes.
Yeah, so they go to this fucking town and they rush. They realize the mistake, so they rush the U.S. boys back, and they make them fucking march through all this hot shit. They're all marching through this crazy heat in their dumb uniforms, passing down the side of the road. They get to this fucking battle. They try their best. The Brits fuck them up a bit. And they all fucking retreat back to like Washington. Oh, and James Madison was actually at the Battle of Bladensburg on the front lines.
He was in on it.
I think he was the only president ever to do that, to be on the front lines of a battle. Which is, even though he's a fucking pussy on a horse.
What about the battle Donald Trump's fighting against the deep state?
This January 6th. He wasn't there though. He wanted to be there.
That should
They
be a
wouldn't let him go
holiday.
there. They wouldn't let him go there.
Guys, we're getting
Sorry,
off.
Joe.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I don't really believe that.
Okay.
I wouldn't. I don't
Guys.
I don't judge. I don't judge.
It's steamy 1814 Bladensburg.
Bladensburg, they British
See, I
fuck up
listen.
this
I
town.
fucking listen.
They take over this shit.
Got it.
And they're super close to DC. And they're like, fuck. So they head back. The military or whatever, Madison retreats back to fucking DC. And so like they'd gotten word before he got back that it's like, okay, the British are coming. So everyone left of importance. They're packing up like important documents. Fucking, let's talk about Dolly Madison. First lady, she was the first lady who was who took the role seriously. She would throw dinner parties and entertain other politicians and kind of help her husband. The other ones before that, they were just like milking cows and shit. But she took it. She was a socialite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was she known? Was she known for something? She didn't do the flag. That was Betsy Ross.
No. Dolly
Like
Madison
was known for something. Was
So
it fat
one
ass?
of the yes, her fat ass, but we were not there. We're not there yet.
was not there.
Mike.
Sorry.
Spoiler alert.
you know you let off with Dolly Madison's fat ass. You remember that, right? I don't know if the gummies had
what
kicked in
she
by
actually
then.
is famous for is the portrait of George Washington out of the White House. She ordered it to be saved.
There you go.
They couldn't get the frame off the wall, so they literally cut it out. They wrapped it and it like hid in a barn for months until the war was over.
So wait, why
Was it bubble wrap?
No.
They didn't
all
have
she
it then.
did was tell people to go in and get it. Like, hey, go risk your life to get a painting.
Well, this was before the British were they were like, we're fleeing. What do we want to take? So the British were on their way. They're like, we can't let them destroy this fucking this awesome portrait of George Washington,
Right?
Because it'll make them feel like the man.
Yeah,
we can't have
I
that
agree.
shit.
I agree with that. That's
All right, so back to Dolly. Bring it back to Dolly.
Yeah. So she's literally getting ready to have like this fucking dinner party, and she's like, "Fuck, we got word, we got to go." She saves the fucking portrait. Bunch of fucking some files, some papers. They can't take everything. You know how it is. She fucking bounces with her fucking slaves or whatever they had her. What?
go on. No, she bounces with the slaves.
Or no, they didn't have slaves. Her servants, whatever. What are you pointing to?
He's looking at my Viagra clock, which is fucking awesome, right? A functioning Viagra clock on the wall.
Only
Sorry.
functioning with
Squirrel,
outside
squirrel,
assistance.
squirrel.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
saw, it says, "Is it time to think about Viagra? Is it time to think about
It's
saving that
never a
Washington
time
painting?"
not to think about Viagra.
But anyway, yeah.
So they flee. There's like a Navy yard in there. That's like all this half-fish shit. They basically torch everything. We torch our own shit because we can't let the fucking Brits get this shit. So fucking Dolly fled. She's got the painting. Blah blah blah. So they come to fucking Washington D.C. Same fucking night as Bladensburg. There's no army there, and then they basically, but they're cool. Cockburn is like, we're just gonna torch all the federal buildings. We're not torching personal property. So he goes in the fucking White House.
Kind of like 2020.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And it's like they're getting ready to fucking burn this bitch.
Okay.
And he's like, so they're like, the guys are taking mementos. He basically like stops somebody from taking. He's like, you can't take anything of value. You can't steal like a silver set because we don't want to be seen as looting.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna.
We
burn
want to be
it all.
righteous.
Yes, this is his fucking morals. So he's like, so they're looking around. He takes like this fucking book, like a James Madison diary. And he describes. He's like, this was taken from the White House on this date. And it was actually in British possession until FDR was president. It was returned to him like 150 years later. They're like, oh, we have this. We're just going to give this book back.
I wonder if the January 6th people do the same thing. What do you think?
Oh my God! Stop talking about January 6th. Nobody
Sorry,
gives a
they're
fuck.
still in jail.
Okay,
go ahead.
so this is the crux of the
Talking
story.
about the hot 1814.
14.
Yeah.
We're in D.C. We're
Yeah, it's
taking over
burning.
the White House.
Burn.
Cockburn, he's there.
Cockburn is a dick.
He's like, what am I gonna fucking take from this? I need a memento. He looks over and he sees this chair, Dolly Madison's chair, and he takes the cushion off of it. And he says, this will be a fine reminder of Miss Madison's derriere. He literally fucking stole her ass pillow. And this fucking has been blowing my mind because I don't know where the ass pillow ended up. It was just like one part of this book.
You haven't researched it since
I've
then.
Googled it. I can't find anything.
We'll work on this.
But here's the
I'm
thing.
good at Googling.
So this is why we're doing this. I'm putting this out. Somebody has to help me find where this ass pillow ended up.
Yeah.
I want to know where the fuck
They
it
probably
is.
buried it with the guy who took it.
Yeah, Cockburn took it.
Do you think Cockburn
you know
like
what's
sniffed it and like made
No.
a whole personal
You know what's
thing of it?
crazy? Like I kept Googling like all these things. So now like all my targeted ads are for like patio furniture.
Patio furniture.
I was like, yep, this is for me Googling Dolly Madison's ass. There's a fucking sale in Walmart on pads for your fucking lawn chairs.
I need the pads for these chairs just for the record to keep.
Okay.
All right. So
So I forgot something. In the Battle of Bladensburg.
we're going back to Bladensburg.
I forgot about
Pre-ass pillow.
Yes, this is pre-ass pillow. So fucking Barney, like he got to the point where like they were cornered, they burned their flotilla, and they're his men are in the fucking Bladensburg, the flotilla boys. And so fucking Barney catches like a bullet in like his leg or some shit. He's injured, he's captured. He's the man because like these soldiers, he's like, They got him. He's captured. He surrendered. He's like, I'm a fucking officer. He's like, I'm not surrendering to you. Fetch me a fucking officer to surrender to.
Ooh, ballsy.
Yeah. So so Cockburn comes.
Fucking great.
And Cockburn respects the shit out of Barney. He's like
fellow officer.
He's like, yeah. He's like, this guy's been fucking us up for a long time. Like, he's really smart Navy boy. He's like, so I respect him. I'm glad we got him. So he comes up and he's like, he goes, oh, you're Cockburn. And Cockburn says, he goes, oh, it's actually pronounced Coburn, even though it's spelled Cockburn.
Okay.
So Barney, captured on the ground, bullet in his fucking leg, goes, nah, dog, you in America, it's Cockburn here. He's the fucking man.
What is that? What he actually said?
He didn't say nah, dog, but he said no. He said it's Cockburn here in America.
Why do I want to say the aristocrats right now?
Yeah.
No, that's what he was just the fucking man.
That's pretty cool.
That's fucking, yeah. No, he's badass.
Okay.
I like the way he said it, though. Nah, man.
Yeah.
What was it? Nah, man? You
he didn't
gangster.
say it like that. I just made it
said gangster. Oh,
in my
so
mind,
you embellished? In your mind, that's how it went down. Yeah.
He would have
Ice
probably
Cube.
talked like
Ice
some
Cube
fucking
style.
Yeah. He's like, nah, dog. You're
in America now.
You're in America. It's Cockburn here.
That's awesome.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go back a little bit. There was a doctor. His name was Dr. Beans. So when Cockburn and his boys came to town, like they were like, we're not trying to fight you. It's like, hey, come drink our fucking wine. You can stay here. Blah blah blah. So he got along with Dr. Beans. After the fact, I don't remember what town this is. It's not important. So fucking Dr. Beans, there's these fucking British deserters, and they capture them, and they're like, so they're holding them in Dr. Beans' house. They're like, we shouldn't be doing this. They're gonna get pissed. Cockburn hears this, flips the fuck out, takes Dr. Beans hostage, puts him on a fucking boat in the Chesapeake Bay. So here's the thing: there's this big secret fucking negotiation mission that they're sending some lawyer and Francis Scott Key to negotiate, because they're saying this is a bad, like, we want this guy back and we're not giving you shit because it's a bad precedent.
It's bigger than Brittany Griner.
Yeah, you take fucking just civilians and then we have to trade for them. It's like, that's a bad precedent. We're not gonna say, it's like, you got to give this back. So they're on this fucking boat. It's probably
Flotilla?
No, this is not the flotilla. This is the British ship.
I love it.
Oh, I totally skipped over. Yeah, then they burnt the fucking White House. After the ass pillow.
And it was worse than 9/11.
Yeah, but they burned D.C., White House, all that shit.
Yes.
He's got the ass pillow.
That's all I knew about the war.
Yeah,
was the burning of the White House. That's
all I knew. I actually heard about the ass pillow part.
So yeah, this is maybe like 10 days after the burning of D.C. They go out. They go on a cruise ship. They get on the boat with Cockburn. So Francis Scott Key, this negotiation team, they're just like kind of on the boat, and all the British are like, fuck yeah, like they're getting ready to go to Baltimore. They're like, we're gonna fucking burn this shit, blah blah, and they're just like, holy fuck, this is nuts. So Cockburn comes down. He's like, obviously I'm gonna give you Dr. Beans back, but he's like, you've been on this boat for like a day or two. You know what's going to happen, so we can't let you go back until we fuck up Baltimore. But so Francis Scott Key's like, look, can we at least not be on this fucking ship while you bomb our fucking country? So they let him go back on their truce ship. They have a couple fucking Brit soldiers with them to make sure they're not pulling any hanky-panky or whatever the fuck they would do. So then we get to the fucking Fort McHenry. You know Fort McHenry?
I've heard that one.
Yeah, yeah. So
lovely Baltimore Memorial. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. So this is where the fucking stupid national anthem comes from, because he's on this truce boat watching fucking Fort McHenry get bombed, and they commissioned the giant fucking flag for it and all that. And the crazy thing about the national anthem that I didn't know, it was actually 4 verses to it. Our national anthem, we only sing the first verse.
I knew there were more. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I read it. It even like the first verse ends with like a question.
What is it?
Where it's, oh, say does that star-spangled banner still
wave? Yeah.
By the land of the free or the home of the brave, but it's like a question. Like, is it actually still there? But like, we don't sing it as a question.
No.
Which is weird.
I actually have always
persist?
sung it as a question.
Oh, you're a fool of shit.
No, I just do it to fuck with people. I'm just
the land of the free, the home of the brave.
Home of the brave?
Yeah, so basically they're bombing Fort McHenry. It's still standing. They have some troops going around. The British have some miscommunication. Whatever the admiral's fucking name on the ship sends word to Cockburn. He's like, look, I can't help you. if you attack, you're on your own. You can make the decision, but I can't give you this fucking naval backup. And then he like changes his mind after he already sent the dispatch. They get it and they're like, fuck. If we fuck up this Baltimore tech, like this is our careers. He's like, we were given permission, we can do it, but like we don't have their back. So they puss out.
It's on you.
And they just fucking bounce.
Is that the end?
No.
Okay.
No, we're still going. 200 years later, here we are.
Yeah, so it was basically like miscommunication. But also, after they burnt, what they fucked up, the Brits, those fucking knob-goshing idiots.
Wow, you hate the
Brits. They burnt fucking DC. They should, if they would have went right to fucking Baltimore, they probably would have just taken that shit. They spent like 10 days. They're like, oh, we got to let her, because basically
they
that
just swing
just
their cocks around.
Well, that one burning the White House basically rallied all of America to like, okay, we're going to fucking Baltimore. Every fucking militia, everything.
That's like saying, wow, the jet fuel melted those steel beams. Let's go get the oil.
Yeah, but that they give us time. It rallies it. So like, even though they try, they get fucked up. The Brits.
Did Baltimore have the block back then? You know about the block in Baltimore?
What?
It's just eight strip clubs.
So they didn't even really, I didn't
know about that.
So it was all basically all fighting out of Baltimore. They didn't get to Baltimore.
Okay.
But it's ironic because Baltimore actually looks like a war zone now.
It does. It is a war zone. It is a war zone.
I saw a stray cat walking along a highway in Baltimore, and I've never felt more pity for any creature I've ever seen in my life.
Why? No, he was getting out.
A stray,
he was happy.
He was never getting out.
He was getting out, man.
That's like in the Truman Show where he's trying to get out and they're trying to drown
hits the
him.
fucking wall. Yeah. He hits the wall. He's like, what the fuck?
That cat's going to get run the fuck down.
Okay, so shut the fuck up.
All right, so close her down. Yeah.
Yeah, so the Brits are basically, this is like, so when word of this failed attack gets back to Britain, fucking Brits are like, okay, we're enough of this fucking war. They fucking peace. They have a peace treaty. It takes a little bit. You get the whole Battle of New Orleans even after the peace treaty. Andrew Jackson fucked up the Brits there.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he fucked them up, but we don't need to get all that.
That's the next podcast.
I talk about that. I could talk.
And here's the thing, like another thing. So when they burnt down DC, there was always this talk of like, where should our nation's capital be? They always talked about like moving it. Like Lancaster was like literally in consideration.
No way.
Like we can go to Lancaster, we can go to Philly. Like, people were vying for it. So like after they burned it, they're like, no, we have to fucking rebuild here and just show those Brits that we can't be fucked with. And that's how basically DC became the permanent capital.
Wow.
You didn't know that, did you, Otis?
No, I didn't. Now I know.
So as a main takeaway, do we need to figure out the ass pillow still?
Here's the thing.
I feel like we
let's
need
talk
the
about.
ass
Let's get back. That's the War of 1812.
Okay.
Cockburn. He goes back.
Coburn to me and you.
We're in America, motherfucker.
Okay, so I forgot.
Cockburn. He goes back to fucking England, and he finds out that like, because when he had left, like Napoleon had been captured and exiled. He found out that Napoleon escaped, and he had the 100 days where he retook power, and they've captured him again, Waterloo, all that shit. So Cockburn is given the job of being Napoleon's jailer and taking him to his final exile. Was it St. Helena was the final one? Or was that the first? I don't know. Takes him to this little fucking island in the middle of the Atlantic, and he's basically Napoleon's jailer. Let's talk about this dude. He steals the first lady's ass pillow. And then a year later, he's like, oh, I'm Napoleon's jailer.
I feel like it's a natural segue.
Did he have the ass? See, this is the thing. I've been trying to research it.
I feel like it's a perfect
I'm putting this
segue.
out here. If you can give me any information on this ass pillow.
All right, so...
Did he have the
Napoleon sniff it? Did he force him to?
And look, we're calling it an ass pillow, but at the end of the day, it was a cushion for Dolly's ass. Because she had a large ass, as you've detailed in great detail.
I want to know. Was Napoleon in the same room as Dolly Millen's thick rump pillow?
Who's Dolly Millen?
Dolly Madison. Shut up, motherfucker.
Well, see,
the gummies are in.
This is where I question it. I'm gummy free, so this is
I'm gummy free too.
Where do you question, Otis?
This is where I question it. Like you always hear people talk about how Jim Thorpe was a great football player.
He was amazing,
but he was 180
5-star athlete.
And if he played today, he'd have his ass raped. So maybe
he was like Philip McConkey. Maybe he was okay.
By today's standards, Dolly Madison is just some basic white hoe.
Dolly Madison wasn't like a whole lot to look at even back then.
No.
Right.
Cockburn used to insult her. He was Dolly Madison. He would say, she's over 40, fat, and not fair. Which, let's be honest, in 1814, that's like a sick burn.
Yeah, that's a sick burn now.
That's a sick cock burn.
I'm Googling Dolly Madison's ass right now just to see what we can get at.
There's just drawings.
Yeah.
So what are you going to offer? Anybody who finds knowledge of Dolly Parton? Yeah. Dolly Madison.
Now who's a mush
No,
mouth
I'm a mush
idiot
mouth.
now.
Dolly Madison's ass pillow.
I want to know what it is.
Will you give money? Because you
I will
feel
give one free
a
hand
lap
job
dance.
from
A
Otis.
lap dance. I want a
Toilet
lap
hand
dance.
job.
I will give you a toilet hand job.
Yeah.
That's a solid hand job, by the way. Yeah.
No, but I want to. If is it in a museum somewhere? I want to know.
I hope.
It should be.
Well, if you were to look under my ass right now.
What a twist.
So I Googled Dolly Madison butt, and it actually came up with a lot of hits.
Okay,
So I think we're going to find
Is it
this.
pictures of her butt?
No, it's just mostly you porn at this point, and some kitchen carts. I don't know what those are. But anyway, and then it goes to Holly Madison. So how do you shut this? How do you shut this down? How do you close? This is you, Fender. So
Guys, this podcast, I wanted to teach you about the War of 1812.
Yeah, is this going to be
what
a
was it
regular
brought to us
thing?
by? No, I feel like he's going to have to go through every war that's ever
Yeah,
happened.
you got to do this more often. I'd listen to this.
Was this interesting?
Yeah. I'd listen to this and contemplate life.
I actually don't know what happened.
I
don't know what just happened.
The only reason I wanted to talk about the War of 1812 was to find out and talk about Dolly Madison's ass pillow.
I
Because
like
that's
it.
the sickest fucking thing
like
anybody's ever done. Well, I'm gonna say it. Cockburn's the man.
Look, I research a
traitor.
lot.
I don't even like
I'm not
Brits.
going to sleep until I find some Dolly Madison ass pillow insights. I'm not going to sleep until that happens.
He steals
What else
Dolly
am I gonna
Madison's
do?
ass pillow and then is like, okay, I'm gonna go jail Napoleon.
All right, so if anybody has a lead or wants to work on it, I'm gonna offer $50 on the ass pillow thing, in addition to the toilet hand job from Fenris. So you can contact us at where are we gonna contact
You
us?
can email me, fenriscomedy@gmail.com.
Right, and if you don't get the joke, you don't get the joke. That's kind of one of
Maybe
your
I should
taglines.
make. Maybe I should make like a separate email and not
Yes,
get on my.
Dolly's
it should be like,
butt pillow
Dolly's
at
butt.
gmail.com.
You think it's already taken?
We're gonna find out.
Can you
By a descendant
Can you
of
email?
Cockburn.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Can you
email that. Yeah, okay.
email that address right now?
Yes,
Like,
yes,
where's
I
the
can.
butt pillow? Let's see if it's
There's
real.
going to be born in 1992, Aiden Cockburn. He owns the ass pillow.
Dolly, I went Dolly's butt pillow at gmail.com. We're good.
All right,
Got
that's
this.
fair.
Yeah, we got this.
It's a real email.
I'll set it up tonight. I'll set it up
okay.
tonight.
You're
No,
setting
it's
it
not
up.
real. We'll set it up tonight.
I wish it was somebody's actual email that I'm giving out.
That
on
would be
this.
an interesting person. I'd want to party with that person. Fair?
for sure.
Right? All right, so
All
Fenris,
right, that's it, guys. Thanks for listening.
Great.